I was trying to figure out how he does that one. I'm pretty sure he's actually looking to see what colors get pulled. But
100%. He's got a camera that points down onto it, and then he goes and looks at it as we're going. Because I saw him pick up his phone and look at it while he was.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say it is impressive for the banana thing,
right? I mean, honestly, it's just the matter of order of who picks up what. Like, as long as he knows who picks up the color and what order.
Well, but the thing about it is he's only ever got a banana inside of that thing. So if somebody drew a lemon or if somebody
it's got to be a fruit, though.
A lemon is a fruit,
Joey. A lemon is a fruit, isn't
it? According to The Simpsons, purple's a fruit. Purple's a color and a fruit, according to The Simpsons.
Yeah, and a flavor.
Yeah.
That's true.
But Chuck, PopCon was a lot of fun.
Chuck, why do you look so angry?
If I never do the introduction, then we never have to start this episode.
Whoa. Look, get the introduction out because something really, really great happens in this movie. Something I have been waiting for like, 7 movies now? Finally happens.
Does it, though?
If you want to be technical, it happens twice.
Oh.
I've got
the credits?
What's that? I got multiple counts.
I said the credits.
So that too. Yeah, anyway. Go ahead, Chuck. Go ahead and give that sultry introduction.
Dulcet tones.
Brothers, sisters, gender resistors, welcome to another episode. Hey, guess what, though? I went and saw Beauty and the Beast musical today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I took my mom for her birthday. First off, it was $115 a ticket. I've never had to pay that much ever to go to the theater.
$115?
A ticket.
Were you like off Broadway, like right off Broadway, man? Like
no, we were upstate New York, and it was $50 in ticket fees. Fucking let that sink in. Yeah. They saw me coming a mile away.
Yeah, anyway, let's burn this fucker down, hypothetically speaking.
Proctor's Theater in Schenectady, New York.
You didn't want to you just didn't want to plug in a Disney Plus at that point and just say, hey, mom, this'll serve the same thing.
To be fair, honestly, I could have. She wouldn't know the difference, but
the place is called Proctor's, and they really took it to you in the ass. That makes sense.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Brothers, sisters, listen, I went and saw Beauty and the Beast musical, and yet I feel like I have been more violated by the movie that we watched, known as Star Trek Generations. I think why I'm so mad about this is because for 2/3 of this movie, I actually really enjoyed it.
Oh, God.
And then the last part of the movie happened, and I no longer liked it. I need a little bit of background and understanding for this movie so I can figure out how many strikes I'm going to give Joey tonight.
Oh, wow.
What's that? Come on.
Oh, you're getting a strike? It's just a matter of how many I'm going to give you.
Man, like maybe one.
Now, a question for the strikes. Like, is there a chance that he gets out? Because that should determine it at that point.
No, he's getting at least one.
Well, no, I'm just saying, is there a way that, what's the consequence?
Oh, if 3 strikes and Chuck quits.
I quit the show.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. No, 3 strikes and I quit the show. That's been the new rule. Okay. So explain to me in the timeline of the movies to Next Generation, the show starting, where does this fall in that timeline?
Like behind the scenes, like real time or like canon time?
No. But like behind the scenes time. Like
this
was this movie
4 days. 4 days after the filming of the final episode, this movie started production, and the final episode had not aired, so they already had wrapped the final season. And 4 days later, they started production on this movie.
Okay. Because when I looked it up, I said when I looked it up, the final one had aired when this movie came out.
Yeah,
right?
It came out.
Okay.
Yeah, when it came out, but they had just finished filming 4 days prior before production on the movie began.
Gotcha.
All right, so that makes it even more confusing to me. So there's been established characters then, and like everything going on up to this movie happening.
Yes.
Like essentially the entire series of Next Generation has happened.
Yep. Yep.
This is
Okay.
probably the hardest one to access if you have not like watched any part of Next Generation.
Which
Because
makes sense why I've watched this movie before, and I've always been like, this has been kind of whatever for me because I never, for Next Generation, I've only ever seen a handful of episodes. I never watched the whole series ever. I've only seen a couple episodes in the beginning, an episode here or there, like a Borg or episode.
I think I've
here
seen
or there.
the whole first season.
Okay, so like yeah, so this movie was always my dad would watch it because it has Shatner in it. But that being said, like when we
Look,
get to
we don't
First
hold
Contact,
that against your dad, though.
well, no, it's whatever. But like when we get to First Contact, like I love First Contact.
First Contact's a great movie.
Yeah. So I don't know what the difference is.
I wasn't I
writing,
didn't have a
probably.
problem with this movie really. Like I was super excited the first time that Kirk died. I was like, hell yes, thank God. And I was like, but he's not really dead because they didn't find a body. We know how that works.
The toupee should have been like floating in the
and the girdle.
But like, also, I didn't need another movie with Kirk in it. This whole movie, you could have lifted Kirk out of it and put another character in there, any other character in there, and it would have still worked.
Apparently, so I didn't do too much looking in on the IMDb. There was a decent amount, but I mean, we had PopCon, so I'd watched this a couple days before, knowing that I wasn't going to be able to watch it this weekend. They had asked both Leonard Nimoy and DeForest Kelley if they wanted to come back, and they both were like, "No, this script is shit. I don't."
Well, it wouldn't have worked with DeForest Kelley anyways because they had him in the first episode of
correct
Next Generation, and he was a dead old dude. Basically, he was like 9,000 years old.
Yeah,
they would have figured out a way. Like, I wonder if they would put him in the current timeline. Yeah. So I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, they could have brought back Uhura for this, and I still would have been happier than seeing Kirk again. They could have introduced a completely different character that had nothing to do with any character we have ever met before. And I would have rather seen that than Kirk.
It's pretty interesting when you have William Shatner try to outact Patrick Stewart, a classically trained actor at that point. It's just like,
actor. Yeah.
Man, Patrick Stewart, you just act the heck out of everything.
When he gets into the Nexus and he is having his family at Christmas time, I think it was Christmas time, whatever. Yeah. Now, last year I did, for A Walk Through the Multiverse, watched a ton of not a Christmas Carol movies, and he does a version of A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy crap, this is just A Christmas Carol. Like, he did that version in like 2006, so it was before this movie, or this movie was before that.
Yeah.
But I just kind of made me laugh. It made me chuckle because it literally was just that. But I don't know. Like, I wouldn't say this was a terrible movie, but this is definitely one that I'm not. When I would watch the Star Trek movies, not that I'm watching them like I watch Star Wars, this is not one I watch on a semi-regular basis, if that means anything.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen this.
This definitely had probably wasn't action-y at that point. It definitely did not have because you see the changeover not only in directors but to the idea of the action base in the next movie compared to this. It's like night and day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there is some things in this that I know carry over to some of the other movies. Like, I know this is where Data gets his emotions chip, which plays a big part in the next movie.
Yep.
From what I remember, if I remember correctly. But I know was also a big thing from the series. Like, him being a cyborg and him not having emotions was also something that they played on a lot.
They had the show on for so many years that
7 years, I believe, right?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but I didn't realize that for some reason I thought these movies happened during the show's timeline and not after it. and like I never really, because like I said, I only ever watched like I've seen episodes like of the other seasons and stuff, but I've only ever watched like the whole first season of Star Trek Next Generation.
Yeah.
And like and I've caught obviously bits and pieces of it when it was back on Fox, when we were kids and stuff.
Way back when, yeah.
But like I never realized that these movies were in the same way that the original Star Trek movies are after the show is completely finished.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one was also interesting because Deep Space Nine started in season 6, so that was going on in its then third season when this movie came out. The year that this movie came out, Voyager started, and that also brought into play the very big mistake in the sense of uniforms in this show, and in the movie, because you see there's some of the like Riker and Picard have 2 different uniforms. They're not the only ones that have 2 different uniforms. So apparently, what happened was they were getting ready to do a new design of the uniforms for this movie. Well, budgets got cut, and so they were really stuck because some of the uniforms from TNG were not in quote unquote film shape, and so they decided to take uniforms from other crew members from Deep Space Nine and Voyager, or specifically Deep Space Nine, and just have other characters in this movie wear them. So that's why you see kind of a difference of people wearing Deep Space Nine Voyager uniforms versus TNG, and people are like, how does this make sense? And it's like, maybe some people were saying, well, canon wise, maybe they were just getting ready to transition, and it was a choice for them.
See, and I always took that as like they were just different, like a battle uniform or something like that. Like they were in preparation, because again, I'm not too deep on the TNG lore. Because if you remember with the regular, for the original, not the original series, but the original movies, Shatner and Kelly, DeForest Kelly, and Nimoy, they had multiple uniforms at different times.
Yeah.
So it just, in my eyes, it just fit that Riker and Picard had different uniforms.
Yeah, Riker's one that he wears is the Deep Space Nine, which then Voyager modeled after. But then we get to First Contact, it's a completely huge changeover in the uniforms.
Yes,
to which they
I do remember that.
The rest of the movies.
It is very interesting though that you said that they had TNG going, they had Deep Space Nine going, they had Voyager going. So basically, after Roddenberry died, they're just like, let's make money. Let's pump as much out as possible.
And yet we still got Shatner as the person they brought in for the other Nexus role.
Yeah.
You can't be more on the nose in the title. Generations, right?
Yeah.
No, see, Generations would have still fit with the Next Generation, and then they could have went with like somebody from Deep Space Nine or Voyager or anything else. Or, like I said, somebody else. They could have brought in, like, whoever could have played Patrick Stewart's dad in this, and it could have been that kind of generation. Or, like, I would have accepted anybody, but having Kirk... Chuck, you're muted?
We can't hear you, buddy.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, boy.
Is your mic plugged in?
Now still.
Uh-oh.
Keep talking. I'll fix it in a second.
Now we got you.
There it is. There we go. We got him.
Well, it's because it's using my iPhone. Hold on. I'll be back.
Okay. No, but you do bring up a good point, though, Ron. What they could have done instead of having it just be Shatner, if you have Voyager, if you have Deep Space Nine, you call it Generations, you have something where it brings the captains from all of these in, and like
except for Kirk, because he died at the beginning, and we didn't. But
no, like you rework it so that they all have to come in, they all have to work together, and they're all in the hot seat of being the cocky captain, and they all have to work together to be like, no, we can't be, the cockiness can't overpower the team element, like that's not, like, I know that's something that has happened in comic form. So that's a comic book element, a comic book trope that has happened before. that would actually, I feel like, work well in a Star Trek setting because you have the multiple groups of Enterprise captains that you could use. We even saw the captain in the very beginning. What's his name from Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Cameron,
Yeah.
Captain Cameron.
Yeah, like we could have even had him show up at some point. Like you have all these captains of the Enterprise show up that could have been part of the Nexus. Like you just
Or
something like
hear
that.
me out. When they went into the Nexus, they found Tank Girl as the only person that can really take this guy out.
I mean, yes. Spill water on his head or something.
I'll tell you what though, that like for someone when I saw this, probably on the same age as you, Joe, like watching this movie, like it was. I mean, I liked Next Generation, but man, what a concept! Like really highbrow concept for this whole Nexus thing. I was like, man, you're really trying to not treat your audience like an idiot. But even then, I still watch it. It's like, so how is this working again?
Yeah.
What's exactly going on?
Yeah, and I remember so watching it this time around, and because it's been, I think I've only ever seen this movie. This is maybe my fourth time. This definitely I have not seen it more than 5 times, maybe probably even less than that. When the first time that we see Sauron or Malcolm McDowell coming up to the little walkway, and Patrick Stewart comes up. And you the way the camera is, like Sauron walks up and you see Patrick Stewart's legs. I'm like, wait, I know this scene. It's supposed to be Kirk, and then it's Picard. I'm like, oh yeah, they come back to this. Like it clicked in my head that it comes back to that. I'm like, wait, why does it come back to that? And then they explain it sort of, but not really. Like how is it that they're able to time travel out of the Nexus?
Oh, because once they're in the Nexus is the central hub, and they can go anywhere from there.
Like it's not even time travel. I kind of got a little bit more out of it, especially after Guinan explained it, and it takes a number of times of hearing this explanation to kind of get it. It's like it's a parallel universe that they're stuck in.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
so they kind of jump. Once I understand, like they can, because that's what she's saying. Like you can go anywhere you want. Once you step out, you're out. You're not going back. Like you make that decision to step out of time.
Okay. And so, okay, because at the very beginning, when they teleported them out, like they were phasing in and out, they teleported them while they were phasing and brought them out.
Yes.
Okay.
And so that's why, like, there's a quote unquote echo of Guinan there. It's like there's a part of her that was left behind,
still in the Nexus,
still in the Nexus.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
That's Whoopi Goldberg's character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So here's my question for that then. If that's the case, why didn't they go back in time, like when they first picked up Soren?
Are you talking about the strangling Hitler as a baby thing?
No. So like, once he knew Soren was going to try to do this,
Yeah.
right? And they run into Soren.
You're saying like leave him in there instead of don't being him out?
No. So like, when the Next Generation, when Kirk finds Soren,
Yeah.
right?
Like on that little spaceship that the Romulans were on that attacking him.
Yes.
Okay.
Like he could have went back in time to that point in time, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because he knew that Soren was a bad guy then. And instead of having this race to stop him from being able to reach the Nexus, he could have just been like, hey, this guy right here, bam, 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 hit him 6 or 7 times with the phaser, and
So I was thinking about that because also what really got me was when they both him and Shatner come back to stop Soren on whatever planet that was, and Soren like makes the launch pad invisible, not intangible, invisible. I'm like, why don't they just take one of their phasers and shoot it? I mean, they didn't have any phasers, so going back to that ship where they found Soren, they still couldn't kill him because they didn't have anything to shoot him with.
Mm-hmm.
But I also did find it funny that like they couldn't throw like a rock at the launch pad, throw something.
Yeah.
Like they don't need to find the control unit. Like just go up to that thing and just start pushing it. Like what are you doing?
Also, can we talk about 80-year-old or whatever, how old he is, Captain Kirk, and his upper body strength to hold himself inside that catwalk as it's flying down the hill?
That was, I mean, I just, every time I see that, I don't know why, because I'm me. Anytime I see him when he flies off, I audibly go, wee!
I mean, we got some great ragdolling there. It was wonderful. I did write down here that Kirk died horribly twice, ripped apart on the Enterprise in the very beginning, and being crushed by the metal bridge. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was fun to watch him die. Also, Kirk is like, you know why boomers like Kirk so much?
Why's that?
Because much like them, he never wanted to retire. He wanted to keep the job at the where the peak of what he wanted to do, and never let anybody take that job over again.
He literally he says that as much to Picard. So don't let him do anything to take you off on the bridge, because while there you can make a difference.
Well, that was after. That was after he was realized, oh no, like I had, which, when did he ever meet? Like he met this Antonia. When did he ever have this time to meet this girl? Like, was that before the first movie allegedly?
It must have been when he was admiral.
So yeah, so okay, so because it said like before he like was going back to Starfleet, yeah. Because it was just interesting.
Also, can we agree that it was really out of character for Kirk at the beginning of this movie to give up the chance to be in control of the Enterprise for Cameron to do it, so he got jettisoned?
I mean, he did the right. He knew what he was doing. He was actually doing the right thing.
You just said it, and that's not something Kirk does, which is the right thing. Kirk does the right thing for Kirk.
Yeah, yes, you are correct. But he also knowing at this point in time, he saw that Sulu had stopped and had a family some time ago. His Sulu's daughter was now on the ship. Scotty and Chekhov were basically kind of chastising him for not letting himself grow and letting the ship go, basically.
There we go. We could have had Scotty. Scotty could have been the one that went down there to do whatever it was that Kirk was doing, because Scotty was the smarter one of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we wouldn't have had to have Kirk in the rest of the movie.
So I just looked this up to confirm. So when this supposedly happened, this is Wrath of Khan time. Like, this is what he decided to return, because according to what their kind of website for looking at this Memory Alpha, this is around Wrath of Khan.
Okay.
So he decides to return to Starfleet around the Wrath of Khan time. Originally, it looks like apparently they wanted this to be Kill Marcus, but then that apparently, I guess, would have screwed with the timeline a little too much. So.
Wait. Okay. So, like, if we were going to watch these in the correct order in which they happen, this would have happened between 2 and 3?
No.
Him leaving Starfleet happened between 1 and 2.
Happened between 1 and 2.
So that scene in the Nexus when Picard comes up to him and he's chopping wood at that cabin, that was him. It was that morning. He had just gotten eggs. He had met. He was telling the Antonia, the girl that he had been with for a couple years now, that he was going back to Starfleet. And then when he was walking up to the room after making the eggs, which I don't know what eggs they were making, but those definitely did not look like they ever got actually cooked because they were never actually on the fire. But whatever. As soon as he walks up into the room, and then they end up in the barn, which was like 2 years prior.
Okay, look, they ended up in the barn because Antonio is actually a horse, and Kirk was trying to fuck her.
I mean, look, that's always possible too.
I mean, well documented already that he fucks whales. So why not a horse?
Yeah.
Accurate.
So I just it was really.
So the more we talk about this, the less this movie is making any fucking sense to me. As somebody,
Don't worry.
but legitimately, as somebody who has no context for like the stuff that goes on in the shows, the more we talk about this, I thought I had at least a somewhat understanding and grasp of like Next Generation. I thought this was the bridge between like those, like the original Star Trek into Next Generation. I thought that's what this was gonna be, and kind of like watching it in that lens, the movie kind of makes sense, right? It's like Kirk dies, and like that's the way that they send off the original series, and then we're introduced to all these like new characters. I thought this is how they like came up with Data. Data is a robot that has feelings, and that would have been a whole premise of the entire like seven seasons of like Data trying to understand emotion because it's something he just learned. And now I'm finding out that never happened in the show, and that was just introduced right now at the end of this because this happens after the fact, and I don't get why Kirk is back because that even makes less sense. And since when does fucking Picard gargle fucking Shatner's balls for like 20 goddamn minutes in this movie? Holy shit. You know, so like I also understood that entire end monologue with like Kirk to Picard if that was the beginning of this series, but now it's the end. So it even makes less sense to me because it's like he's already done all this stuff. He's already established commander and captain of a ship.
Mm-hmm.
He knows all this. My God, he's probably older than Shatner in this. If I'm understanding any of it,
Shatner did.
Yeah, so why all of a sudden he's just like, oh please, Mr. Kirk, let me gargle upon your fucking succulent testicles while you explain to me why it's important that I don't leave.
Here's why.
Because Kirk is a legend being the first captain of the Enterprise.
No, it's actually because
but he's not.
Picard.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's second captain.
Being the smart person that he is, okay, Picard knew that the only way to get Shatner to do what he wanted him to do was to play into his ego.
There is that too.
He had to be like, look, Kirk, you were the greatest captain the Enterprise ever had, and I humbly request that you come and help me be the best captain the Enterprise can have now, even though it's not you, because, you know, like, you were the greatest. And then Kirk's like, my God, I was. You know what? I still am. I'm going to do this. And that's how it happened.
I also find it interesting that Shatner was all for staying in the Nexus, and the minute that he realizes that Antonia is out of reach because the Nexus is just trying to keep him running toward her, and it's like he jumps over that little crevice, and it's like, oh, I guess this is actually fake, and I'm actually not scared of this anymore. Huh. Maybe I should go back. It's like, what?
Because he needed something to scare him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
But so during the fight on that planet between the bad guy from Tank Girl and Picard, when he finds the hole in the dude's force field and he's crawling through. So I watched this with Charity. All right.
Okay.
When he gets stuck in there and he starts getting blasted at, Charity's like, oh, is this how he ends up not being able to use his legs anymore? Because she was talking about Xavier, you know? And I'm like, man, that right there is gold.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Also, why does the Enterprise not have seatbelts?
That's a really good question.
Seatbelts were something that happened centuries before they existed. And they are always constantly getting thrown out of their seats.
It's a Black Hawk Down theory. They never expect to get shot at, so why would they need seatbelts?
They do bring that up. The Abrams universe does bring this up in Into Darkness, because there's at one point they do put on seatbelts.
Do they really?
Yes, they do. There's a moment where they said like they have to, and they kind of goes down, and so it's not just
harness.
I
love it
at that point. Yeah,
because that's the one I haven't seen.
There. It should be like the overhead harnesses, like on rides and stuff.
Roller coasters. Yeah. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. What else do I have here?
I do always get a good chuckle in the sense of, well, Data's trying to understand like what's so funny about it, and then pushes the doctor over and like, Data,
that's hilarious.
That's not funny.
But like, it was
funny.
Hilarious.
It was.
Yes, that. I like that.
I think they could have just done that. Just make that keep the lift. You can lift Kirk up out of this. If you want to do it was the Klingons. Yeah, that's the bridgehead. Yeah.
Yep.
You can still kind of do that with the Nexus kind of thing, But I think the story was I enjoyed everything that Data was in. Data and Georgie, was that the other guy?
Yeah.
Geordi, yeah. Like I love that. I love that story. That was me understanding characters within this that I had no context for outside.
I also agree that we did not get enough of the Next Generation's crew in this.
Yeah. Is Worf a traitor?
No.
Well, we focused more on Picard and Riker.
Worf is a Klingon that joined Starfleet after would that be number 6?
Yeah.
Where the Klingons become part of
he's one of the first ones to be brought in.
Yeah. However,
he's kind of always really hesitant about everybody, right, or something like that, or does he just gargle everybody's balls too?
He's
just
definitely one who stands up for himself.
Yeah, but he still tries to show everybody honor in his own way because that's like how they are.
And he's one of the few that actually changes shows because he goes over into DS9.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when the
because that'll make sense when you get to First Contact, because that's when he comes in. He's not on the Enterprise anymore. He's part of Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
When the Klingons are firing at the Enterprise, though, how do they know Riker's name? Because she's all like fire at will.
Good dad joke.
Okay. All right.
Also, Picard's kids, fucking weird.
Well,
like
they really aren't his kids.
I know, but I'm just saying, like first off, it's weird him having kids because he's so anti kids. But also, like, I don't understand why they were set in the 1850s and in like colonial England or whatever, and
especially because he's French.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like everyone, like I know Patrick Stewart, not French, but like his character is from.
And they bring it up all the time in the Next Generation, him being French and stuff. And but like, why were they dressed like?
Does he ever speak French? Does he have a French accent ever in the show?
No, nope.
Okay, just making sure.
No, but his family was French. You know, it's kind of like people, you know, in America were like, oh yeah, my family, you know, came from the Vikings, and you're like, oh yeah, tell me again with your, you know, dark black hair, and you know. It's just where they were from, you know. What that would have been like 400 years prior to that or something.
Yeah.
I mean, to your point, Chuck, about like some messages of the film, like to your point of, you know, did you really need Kirk? I mean, the ideas of like what Picard's going through, where legacy is, he even says it, like, I didn't need to worry about kids because my brother was taking care of that. I could go about and gallivant. Now I'm it. Like, there is no more line. It ends with me if I die. And like, how do I deal with that time? How do I deal with, like, am I ever going to try to have a family?
And the answer is no, because Picard doesn't like kids.
Yeah.
There are things that are brought up later.
There's a spot in the fight with Soren where when he gets like knocked off the side of the cliff and he's hanging by the ropes, right?
Mm-hmm.
His stunt double gets fucking wrecked because he comes down and he swings underneath there and the line pops him up and smashes his head into the fucking rocks.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
We actually need to start a new count. Ever since we watched Darkman 3, of stuntmans that died during shootings, because we got The Crow, we got Darkman 3 where they get literally lit on fire accidentally.
Okay. Yep.
And now we have stuntman gets bricked in the back of the head.
All right.
How about this too? Like, this shows also the difference of types of captain, because like Kirk is always the one to try to get into a fist fight at this point. Picard was never like that, and that's what some people didn't like about Picard, is like he is not a captain who gets into fist fights, and it's very
he's a captain
obvious.
that avoids them because he's smarter than that.
Yeah.
Why? Because he's a good captain who doesn't put himself and everybody in danger constantly.
Picard is like number
Like,
one.
he's trying to
go take care of
negotiate
my
with
light
him.
work. He just sends in Riker.
Yeah, I do kind of feel, but
Yeah,
you're right.
Riker is definitely the
The fist, yeah.
because he's the second in command, like it should be. You know, Picard is always throwing fists because everybody outsmarts him. And he's like, "Oh yeah, well, did you see this one?
Bam."
I feel like Riker, probably all he ever does is just sigh right before he has to do something, because it feels like Picard constantly is just sending him to do like all of the dirty work.
No, he doesn't always send him to do the dirty work. I remember one episode where like he sends him to this planet where it's like all these like beautiful people or something that all they want to do is like have fun and fuck and stuff. And Picard's like, "I'll stay here on the bridge. You go down there, number one." And he's like, "For the duty of the ship, sir."
And he makes that comment during the holodeck sequence at that point. Bad food, no women. Ah, there's Riker channeling Kirk.
Now, so we had a point where they had to separate the ship. They had to get everybody up to the disc part.
Yep.
Oh, they shot the saucer off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever think, because the Enterprise is
They do this
so
quite often,
big,
actually.
In the next
Yes.
generation, yeah, they I mean, they do it in the freaking like first two episodes.
First episode, I think.
Yeah, but it's not the they do it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
do you ever think that they don't get everybody up there? Like they never have enough time to get
100%.
everybody up there?
Oh yeah.
But they don't
they have-
tell the captain because they don't want to hurt his feelings. So they're like, "Oh yeah, no casualties." This little girl's like, "My mommy and daddy were on that shit."
They make sure to keep that child away from the.
Well, that's
From
why
the,
that's why Kirk doesn't like kids. Is because Picard doesn't like kids is because the first time he was on a ship, the kids came up and cried because their parents died.
Okay. I love it. So should I count that as a death then? Should I put that on the kill count?
That's
Well,
one
they
kill.
did say there were casualties.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well, that was when they
said-
crashed, not when
Oh, okay.
the ship got.
Yeah. Because they
That's what I'm
made
saying.
sure to before they separated, they can scan and see if like everyone's off.
That's right.
Yeah. Jordy said that everybody got up there, and I'm like, did they though? Did they?
Hey, listen.
It's one. It's
Well, that
still.
word would
It's
not
still
lie to
only
us,
one
okay?
though.
Well, yeah,
just
no, that's what I'm saying.
detachments
If they did though, like I don't think everybody got up there. Is what I'm saying. It
Well,
would still be
if
one.
You
Yeah.
add that one. What would your kill count be?
I mean, I've got multiple. Here's the thing. I've got multiple counts. Are we at that point now? Is that where we're getting at?
I have no more notes.
Okay. What about- is everybody else? You got everybody else
No.
good? Anybody anything else to say?
I've got like 96 new fucking questions and no goddamn answers for anything. But yeah,
That's about appropriate for any Star Trek movie, if not in particular this.
Okay. So the kill count is, like I said, it's a little weird. We've got a total of 6 confirmed. We've got another 8 that were off screen. So, like, they came in to that one ship that they found Sauron, and there was 8 dead there. So that's
That's
4.
one kill.
That's one kill.
it's one kill.
Yeah, we didn't see them die, so they could have all died in the exact same attack. So it's one kill.
It's one
I
kill.
fucking hate you guys.
It's one kill. Those are the rules. It's one kill.
If the
Fucking
grenade goes off, 5
hate
people
you
go down.
guys. God,
If
damn
it's
it.
one attack,
We don't know if there's
doesn't
one
matter how
attack.
many
That's
people
why I
it
said.
kills.
That's why I
It's
said
one
off
kill.
screen.
This is the Alderaan rule.
There was different rooms. There
It was
literally-
still one attack.
No.
We don't know. We cannot
the ship
confirm.
was the ship
We
was
cannot
attacked.
confirm if one attack killed them all or not. So it has to be one. You must rule
Fucking
on the
hate
side
you.
of one.
I hate you all.
It's
I
the
like how
rule of one.
Chuck is very insistent on certain rules, and this is one
Because
of them.
somebody keeps counting fucking droids for every goddamn kill, so I'm gonna hold him to
That
this.
worked. That both. Listen.
You know what?
Feelings.
You know what, Joe? The line must be drawn here. Here at this point, no further.
Fine. Whatever. Then we had 3 that were killed, but they were in the Nexus, so they were killed but not killed, but killed. So the 2 ships and then Kirk. So
Have we had anybody die in timeline jumping yet? Twice, more than once?
Kurt.
Yeah, they did preserve his body, so there's that.
We haven't had very many time travel movies
Yeah.
that we've covered.
So I guess
yet.
not.
So this is technically the first
especially
one.
time travel that occurs in the same movie. Like we've had like Terminator and stuff, but like
Yeah, and those like the
Back to the Future, Marty, kills his mom's back.
No,
So-
yeah, I was saying blows out his mom's back.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen I think it's College Humor, where they're like Marty comes back and he's like, Doc, you have to send me back. I fucked my mom.
I
And
talked
then-
about that when we watched the
That's
He
right.
He wants to bring it up every time. You know that.
That was funny.
Shout out to Chris. You know what I mean?
Okay. So yeah, that's my count. I guess it's
like
to
10.
be see, so 5 and 1,
Thank you.
and then 3, so 9, I guess.
9.
Wait, 6, 9, and so 10. Yeah, 10. I can count. I do math good.
Do we have any lost limbs in this one?
No, I did not see any lost limbs.
Unless we count the bottom half of the ship.
Hmm.
That's like losing your legs,
They
right?
did lose that ship.
I mean, you count droids in death. You might as well count. This,
I mean, you know what? I just should count all the
Droid tree.
trees too, huh? When they crashed the ship
That's
into
true.
it.
They did lose a lot of limbs.
that's still one attack.
That's
It's one
true
ship
also. It's
crashing.
One ship crash. Also, with as big as that ship was coming down at that planet as fast as it did,
Oh,
it
they
would
would,
have caused an extinction level
Right?
occurrence.
Yeah. That would have been
That
like
was the
Storm
meteor that took out
Project
the
level
dinosaurs right
like
there.
rod. Yeah.
Literally, the UFO crashing onto the surface.
Yeah,
That's how the dinosaurs actually died.
yeah. That's
Was
that's
Kirk
why,
came back. He crashes the ship.
Way
right
to
into
go,
the planet.
Kirk! Wiping out another. If I have to tear another black hole universe, I will.
Anything to fuck a dinosaur. You know what I mean?
the whale wasn't enough. Had to go with a dinosaur.
Damn.
He needs one flying, one by sea, one by land, one lizard.
He's got
Alright.
goals.
I mean, look, if it works. Ron, what you got for bingo?
Unexplainable science, government interference, comic logic, betrayal by a friend, villain monologue, and fight for control of something.
All right.
Fight for control of something.
Well, they were fighting for the control, that little control that controlled the.
They're fighting for
controllers.
also for control of their own lives.
Well,
Yeah, but the fighting for control of something is like when two people are fighting over a girl, or when they're all trying to get the gun at the same time, or when Kirk and Soren were fighting for the controller for the laser or the rocket blaster, shit like that. Also,
Except free
how
space,
the fuck,
pretty much.
how the fuck after that bridge exploded did that control just happen to stay sitting on there?
right.
Like that control was gone. I'm
Dramatic
sorry.
effect.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
the same way that the tea cup in the last one just seemed to stay on the table for an extensive amount of time while they all
They
watched
watched it fall and shatter. Chuck, what do you got for Spawn Cape?
Look, this movie opens with a horrible champagne bottle flying through space. I was
Look
like, what the fuck
terrible.
is going on? Right off the bat, I was like, oh, well, this is going to get a fucking 1 out of 3. Okay. It's fine. I mean, it looks better than what I assumed the show probably looked like.
The show actually looked fairly good, as I
And
recall.
the show had a show budget. This had a movie budget.
This also was the Industrial Light and Magic was in charge of a lot of the CG for this one, and that because they quote unquote did such a good job with it, they made them do the special effects from here on out on the rest of the Star Trek shows, starting with Voyager.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure for the time that looked like a real champagne bottle. You know, I also hate that that's still a thing. In space is like break the champagne bottle against the ship, and it's like first voyage or whatever. Because now you just got glass and champagne floating through space.
Oh, dude, just imagine
back in the day,
if somebody's doing a
into the
spacewalk and that piece of glass just happens to cut the suit.
Yeah,
they're fucking dead.
They'll be dead. It's
They're so insensitive in the 23rd century.
Right?
Seriously, the amount of pollution that happens is insane. I'm sticking to like 1 out of 3. This doesn't really look great. It didn't really hold up. Some of the stuff like when they're doing the opening part where they're making Worf walk the plank and stuff, and then all of a sudden like the parts of the bridge like show up. I thought that looked actually pretty clean. But outside of that, I don't know. I was super confused what was happening because I didn't know that they had a simulator. I guess that's what that was. I was a little confused.
It's called the holodeck.
Yeah, I would say the holodeck's like there from like episode 1 of New Generation 2, I think. Next Generation, I think.
I've never seen it.
They use it a lot.
Again, proving my point, Chuck, that this is one of the most inaccessible Star Trek movies for those who watch the show.
You know what? This was a movie that was made for the fans.
Yes,
this was not something made for new people to get involved.
Well, here's the other thing too. A lot of fans are very divided on how they feel this movie, and they actually like the show.
Oh, makes sense. This movie's trash. Like I'd be upset about it too if I was a Star Trek fan.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
All
I got
right.
1 out of 3.
Okay.
Looks terrible.
So not a Muppet.
My call
Chris.
for this is Data.
Okay, well, I guess
Data? Sorry.
I was choosing Data too.
Yeah, it's Data. It's
Data.
Data being the person, but like having the like sensory thing and watching him push a Muppet off of a boat, and then like him trying to get like being taught how to be a human by Muppets.
Yes.
Yep. Like priceless.
Yeah.
This is the only option.
Him showing emotions to Muppets. Yeah. Makes sense.
What happened to Will Wheaton in this?
Oh, he left like after season 1 or season 2.
No, he stuck around for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't he like ruin the show or something? That's why everybody hated him. I was under the impression that Star Trek fans hated Will Wheaton.
Maybe I was thinking of what's her name.
I think in the first season, he's more of the annoying character, and then actually they start giving him stuff to do.
But I'll tell you what, like back in the show, like his mom was smoking hot. Dr. Crusher.
Well, she didn't get invited back for reasons in the second season, and then after they fired certain people after the second season, they had to beg for her to come back, and she's like, "Well, people treated me poorly."
Huh.
Interesting.
Huh. Good riddance.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that leaves us with scores out of 10. Chris, what would you give this?
5.
5. Straight up 5.
Well,
no
explanation. No. You know what?
No explanation. Just a 5. That's it.
No. I'm not even doing it. I'm gonna do it as the illustrious nature of the show. I'm gonna do it a 4.72.
4.72. Okay.
There you go. You got to balance this out, otherwise.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, then Joey's gonna yell at you about it. That fact that Joey used decimal points.
No. I like Chris, so I don't yell at him.
He'll yell at me off air. I got the scars to prove it.
Listen, you don't even want to know, Chris, what happens. Yeah, you don't want to know what happens when the cameras aren't rolling. Chris. Horrible things are said.
Oh, horrible
around
things
here,
are said
Chris.
because I don't get to go. I choose not to go on, and I'd be called a coward by Joe off air. I know. You've shared with me. You shared with me the secret recordings that you do have of what happens.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad. You know what?
I know.
I'll see you in
You're
court,
my only
Joe.
friend. You and Ron are my only friend. Joe's my fake friend.
That's right. And don't you forget that, Chris. You're my best friend. Everybody.
I won't.
You didn't give me for my birthday.
Chuck, what you got?
Wow. Okay. Is this a Star Trek movie? Fuck if I know.
Maybe. You never know.
Maybe. I liked like 2/3 of this, but Shatner coming back for no reason, in my opinion.
Wait. No.
The stuff with Data. I love the stuff with Data.
How about this? No, you like 2/3 of this movie until we explained it, and then you started questioning what was going on.
I liked living in my blissful ignorance of not really actually understanding any of this movie. When Shatner, I will like full on. When Shatner came back, I tapped out. I wasn't paying attention anymore. I was barely listening to the stuff he was saying because I was like so annoyed that it felt like there was this like weird character assassination from what I kind of know of Picard. And it felt like it didn't feel like it was a mentee going to a mentor. It felt like the new blood coming in that has to politic to the old people to keep them happy at a job. That's what it felt like. It felt like he had to appease them.
Boomer.
I know, but like they didn't need to do that outside of the fact that they're either just trying to make old fans happy because they're just mad and crusty, or they're specifically trying to make Shatner happy, which also feels fucking weird. Like either way, it destroyed any interest I had in this. I love the stuff with Georgie, or Gorgie, whatever his name is. I love Data. I love the stuff. I love the stuff with Data. I liked Riker in this. I thought Riker was an interesting character. I would have liked. I feel like there's something going on where like Worf would be seen as like a traitor to the Klingons in a way because he has like assimilated himself to others, and he's
considered like that in some circles. Yes.
Right. I would have liked to seen that in this movie since there was this more like also all of a sudden Klingons have women with cleavage that are in power of control. I thought the whole thing was they were like a hyper masculine tribe.
But we saw the Klingon females in the
You're
last couple
thinking of the
movies,
Romulans.
Me?
No.
The Romulans were the ones where like, yeah, our women stay at home naked and
Oh.
No, I was thinking Klingons. I don't remember any of the cleavage ladies.
Well, they're next generation people. That's how Picard knows who they are already. When he gets them on view screen, he already knows who they are.
Right. I'm just saying I don't ever remember a female Klingon being in power in any of the other movies.
Last one we watched. She becomes like the chancellor after her father dies.
Shows you how forgettable that movie was. Also, real quick, it is important for me to establish. I did go and do the whitest thing I could think of, and I asked my black friend, does being a Klingon, if you're a white actor, count as blackface? His reply, and I quote, I have watched Star Trek my entire life, and I've never thought about this. Fuck you, Chuck. I think you might be right. Way to ruin an entire series for me.
Are you going to bring that up every single time? Because you brought it up last one. Okay.
Yes, I am. I'm going to bring it up every time because I think it is worth bringing up.
We will tell the same stories as many times as people will listen.
Because nobody thought about it until this point, and I think it's fair to bring up that why can't you just cast all black actors to play Klingons, and then you don't have to have white people doing blackface. That's all I'm saying.
Anyway, then it's stereotyping the Klingons as a,
You get one or the other. I'd rather have a stereotypes than doing blackface. That's just my opinion. That being said, my
Chuck's
score.
Just trying to bring people together. He's just trying to bring people together.
I'm just trying to get jobs for minorities. God damn. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. My apologies. You know what? Fuck it. Send in Jude Law to play all the short people from now on.
Does it have to be black people, or could it be like Hispanic people also? And
people of color?
Yeah, just people of color.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what though? Don't hire any Native American people, please. That's the only thing we ask.
Wow.
Uh,
Give us your score, Chuck.
I'm
No,
gonna
let's keep
say.
distracting him for not getting a score. Let's just keep doing it.
I'm gonna
Ron,
say
distract him.
1.9. And that's all the 1.9 stuff is saved by data. I hated this. I was actually going to score this fairly more reasonable, but listening to you guys talk about it and just not making it make any sense,
Just got shot it.
tanked the score. Yeah.
All right, now the more important question is, how many strikes?
Why'd you bring that up? I was hoping he was gonna shoot.
No,
past
I
that.
was going to do
First off,
that.
it is established he can only give 1 strike per movie.
Thank you.
That has been established.
One and a half strikes, 1.5 strikes.
I'll give it to you. I don't agree with it, but I give it.
Which means if he gives me a good movie, that will only clear 1 strike, so he'll still have half a strike left.
Oh, I'm very confident in the next 4 movies. So.
Oh damn.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm very confident.
Ronald,
right, Ron, what you got?
All right. So this is a very disappointing intro for Next Generation into the cinematic universe. I feel like, again, I know I've said it like 4 times since we've started this, but we could have done without Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't need Kirk in this movie at all. The generations could have been like the generations prior to Picard taking it. It could have been, like whoever the captain was right before Picard took over. It could have been the generation after Picard, since this is at the end of the Next Generation, right? Anything like that.
I like my idea of all the Enterprise captains, but
Sure, except for Kirk. I don't want Kirk there. Fuck
nope,
Kirk.
Kirk too.
Technically,
Joey.
Cisco's commander. So
Very important, Joey. I don't want Kirk in any.
I get to, yes,
Star
I know you.
Yeah.
You don't like Kirk.
Star Trek, like at all.
You
But
don't like Shatner. Let's put it that way. You don't like
I
Shatner.
don't. But I don't even like Kirk's character either. Like his character is.
I like Chris Pine's take on Kirk.
That's not the same Kirk as we have in the original.
But that's you say you don't like Kirk's character
because
that is the character of Kirk.
That's a different Kirk.
Details matter.
Hey, and to this point, like even though he started as a commander, yeah, Cisco is actually promoted to be a captain in season 3. So yeah, captain.
Details matter.
Yes,
but I don't need him. All right,
anyway.
He is like a machismo ball of like. This is, we're trying to make a sensitive man, but he's not sensitive about anything unless it's to prove a point in the show. But regardless,
with tack like that, you make an awful psychiatrist.
I don't claim to, I'm not a doctor. I just play one on TV. But
and in your bedroom,
sometimes. But like, it could have been a good movie. There was potential there. But I feel like it got squandered with the whole weird Nexus stories, Kirk being there. I don't know. There's so many things that happened that were just like, I don't know. It wasn't as great as I was hoping it was going to be. I gave this a 4.56 because I will probably never watch it again. And I think I actually liked the last movie better than I liked this one.
Yeah, 4.56. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's right.
You say I sometimes raise the score.
That's interesting.
It's okay.
I would still watch this.
I fixed it, Chris. Don't worry. I fixed it.
Yeah, I would still watch this over almost all the other Star Trek movies that we've watched. So,
till we get to the next one.
Sulu, we met Sulu's daughter in this.
Yes.
Yeah, she was in the.
Okay.
And Cameron was the captain.
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller. One of the officers on that ship.
Right. Okay. So I was trying to think. I was like, well, Sulu was in charge of the Enterprise at one point, but I guess that wouldn't actually have worked.
Well, he
scene.
He also got his own ship. In 6, he had his own.
I'm just confused because I thought Sulu was gay.
No.
Well,
George
in real
life.
I know. I'm just.
Sulu could be whoever he wants.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Speaking of gay characters, real quick, did you all know that Lumiere isn't gay? From Beauty and the
Lumiere.
Beast? From Beauty
Lumiere.
and the Beast.
Yeah, Lumiere's
whatever.
trying to fuck the Duster, dude.
That is the gayest character I've ever seen, but whatever. Okay.
Oh,
Anyway,
no,
sorry.
Gaston-
I have a French accent.
I was
Gaston's
super,
what's his name?
super
Gaston's
confused.
friend is the gay one.
LaFou?
LaFou, yeah.
LaFou? Yeah, I love LaFou.
LaFou is gay.
Yeah, and Cogsworth, I thought Cogsworth and Lumiere were like, together, but I guess not.
You know,
That was
hey,
very-
Chuck, have you ever
Yeah.
heard of bisexuality and polyamory?
No, sounds made up.
It sounds like you're about to give him a pamphlet.
Sounds like
Look.
sounds like
Okay.
something that would be a choice.
Look,
I don't know what you're
This
talking
is
about.
Cogsworth, right? Okay. This is Lumiere, all right? And then this is whatever the Duster's name was.
Babette.
Yeah, there you go.
Babel. Something
Right.
like that. I'm just saying, I was under the impression that he was a full homosexual. I was unaware that he wanted to bang women. That's
Okay.
Like
Again, trying
only every interaction he has in the Disney movie is basically him trying to, make little candelabra Duster babies. But yeah,
all. Listen, I watch gay men hit on women constantly. That doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying. I was a little surprised. That's all I'm saying.
to. Okay.
Anyway, Joe, what was your score?
I was
Maybe we can wrap this up.
well trying to wrap it up. This movie was it had some disappointing moments in it, had some fun moments in it. I definitely remembered, rewatching it. I definitely remembered some parts, like the Data singing whatever that little song he was singing at one point in time.
Forms.
Yes, like it. As soon as he started singing, it just clicked in my head. I'm like, holy shit, I remember this song. Like it just fun moments that I remembered. The movie itself, though, like not having as much knowledge of Next Generation that I should have. The movie doesn't stick with me as much as it probably could have. It's not a terrible movie, but it's not as great of a movie as it probably could have been. And yes, Kirk is a spotlight sucker and doesn't need to be in the movie. Could have done something better. But we got what we got, so I don't know who we are. I gave it a 4.27. Which I'm really surprised Ron gave it a 4.56. But
I have nostalgia for the Next Generation cast.
and that's fair. Again, you've obviously seen more than me. So that gives us a combined score of a 4.86, which out of 157 movies drops it in at 97.
Joey, do your math again, bub.
3.86.
There
Jesus
we
Christ. That makes more sense.
Yeah, divide by 4, Joe.
Wow.
I did divide by 4. It literally says 3.86. I just can't fucking read. Thank you, Ron, for checking that out. Okay.
No
So that drops it in at 120 out of 157.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Just behind Star Wars: The Clone Wars at a 3.88, and just above Ultimate Avengers 2 at a 3.85.
I hated all of those, so yeah, that would
Yeah,
track.
that's pretty accurate. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good setup there.
Man, can we watch good movies? What the fuck?
Next one should be a good movie.
And what is the next one?
Well,
We'll find out in a minute.
Tell us where we can find you.
He's got to do his plugs.
So, Chris, where can we find you
Yeah,
at?
Chris, where can we see you next at?
Well, according to Chuck, the only podcast networks that are ever to be listened to are apparently the ones run by me. So
That's true. Yep. Fuck all the other networks except for the ones that are ran by Chris. Yep.
You can find me on all the socials at Chris Balga. You can catch me at every Thursday night at 9:10 Eastern Standard Time on the Geekverse Podcast YouTube channel, or by searching Marvel Alliance on your podcatchers of choice, and every Saturday on the Brave and the Boys channel at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Organic Price Books Weekly Buyer's Guide.
Is that like all spreadsheety stuff? Do you just get like super hyped for like Excel spreadsheets?
No, we get excited for physical comic books. More geek stuff.
Buyer's
Oh,
guide
okay.
is in. They want you to. They're telling you what comics to buy.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, well, I just wasn't sure if it was like a price also breakdown. You had like
No.
spreadsheets or
No.
okay. Wasn't sure if you were working equations.
You're looking for the nerd Ultimate Alliance for that one, not the geek Ultimate Alliance.
Oh, my bad. Hey, you can find me specifically at the end of every month on this feed on a show called Getting Franchised. Look, at time of recording, one of Joey and I's most controversial episodes just dropped, so go check that out about a month ago because we reviewed Dawn of the Dead from fucking 70 something and the 2004 Zack Snyder remake. Spoilers, we liked one way better than the other, and me listening back to it, wow, I forgot how much I hated that one movie that I really hated. And also I forgot that once again Zack Snyder doesn't know how to direct women. Outside of all that, he's not wearing our shirt, Joe. I'm talking shit till he wears our shirt. We've been over this.
Yep, that's true. We established that.
That being said, you can also find me on the internet, Kicked Out of the Hobby, No Ian Kicks. You can see all of my hobby-related stuff. That's it. That's all I got. Ronald, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Good at This Game. You can find my art on Instagram at Good Art This Game. You can also find it on our shirts, which I'm pretty sure I sold some this weekend at PopCon because people were all about my shirt, and it was awesome. And obviously right here on this podcasting apparatus here. Joey?
I hope people go buy it. I'll get an indication if they do, so I'll be really sad.
Although I do have to say that like 4 people were like, is that Snoopy killing Hitler? And I'm like, I mean, if that's what you want to see, it could be.
We'll make you buy a shirt.
Yes. Although it does say Joe Cool killing the Waynes, but
I do have to say though that I got my picture taken in my Joe Cool killing the Waynes shirt with Joe Cool.
I did see that.
Yeah, maybe if you checked the boys chat, Joe, you know what was going on.
Yeah, maybe if you cared about your friends, Joe.
Yeah, like Joe.
Yeah, you know who does care about someone? It's Chris. Okay? He checks every message I've ever sent him.
He's not in the boys chat.
Well, whose fault is that? Don't put him in the boys chat.
See,
don't ruin our friendship like that.
Chris is Canadian, right? He's so nice. He's got to be Canadian.
He's not.
No. I know, Joey. I know.
Oh shit. You guys can find me on the socials at Comic Book Rundown. You can also watch us on YouTube, Comic Book Rundown. Email us, comicbookrundown@gmail.com. Rate and review us on your podcasting of a choice. If you do, we'll read it on the upcoming episode. If you reach out to us, whatever, on the socials, yada, yada, yada. Also, Getting Franchised, like Chuck said, after time of release in a couple days, we'll be releasing the episode coming out. Then will be Chuck and I talking about Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
The 1980 something, and
80 something in 2018, 2019, something
like that. Yeah. Those two were fun.
Sneak peek into that we recorded that when we also recorded Fist of the North Star.
Oh no,
I believe so.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was a rough week for us.
God, yeah, it was. Yeah, because I watched 4 movies that weekend. Because I watched the animated one as well as the live action.
That's right.
Fist.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you guys watched the animated one. Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
All right, Joey. So what's our next movie?
Well,
so
I'm not done yet. We also got the merch, like you said. We've got our song was done by Cam, and yeah, that's it.
I forgot about Cam.
I mean, Cam don't care about us, so we should not care. Anyway, yeah.
Like
so our our next movie, we're going to be watching Back to the Future 2 from 1989. So
The Revenge.
I do like that.
Well, revenge-ish. So yeah, so I think I'm going to be getting a strike taken away.
Joe did say it was his favorite of the.
He
Of
did
the
say
three.
that. Yes,
I did say that. Yeah.
Aha.
Ah.
You
Gotcha.
better, Joey. You better fucking hope this holds up, buddy. You better pray to whatever gods you believe in, because otherwise, I'm going to give you another strike and a half.
Come on.
If it doesn't live up to my expectations, Joey, you're done, buddy. Count your fucking days.
What's really interesting is that you say that, and then you realize we literally moved a recording for the next recording for you because you said you weren't going to be able to record that day.
Yeah,
Because you wanted to be on that show.
I'm the wild card, baby. You know what I mean? Like,
shut up. All right, everybody. Thank you all for listening and watching. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
bye. Yo, do you guys know that Scooby Doo's in the new Superman movie?